play here from the Shadow Shaman and from NextKZ. But still, they're losing out a bit. The only problem is for Fnatic, there is going to be this lifesteal who's going to be looking at a very quick armlet. So he's got a rage, he won't get stunned by the craggy exterior, and he doesn't care too much about any combo coming out from the Tiny. So that's the only issue. But can he actually bring the Tiny down? Because he's got a 2k HP freaking Tiny. Not too much armor, but when there is a mech in the proximity, it's going to be enough, and a Wisp overcharge.
Yeah, he just did not, like, he was shut down too much early on. That lifestealer, like, he had to already have an armlet in my mind and be working for that next item for me to really consider, okay, he's going to be able to shut down Fnatic enough into the mid game, get themselves a good enough advantage, start taking towers, keep on forcing those fights, get a gold lead, and then go uphill. I just don't see that whole plan coming to fruition with Era already being so farmed up, but it's not just him. It's Trixie as well, who has a mech as well as a point booster, is going to be able to finish up an Aghanims in a short amount of time. Hani has gotten his basics. Like, he's got a Blink Dagger. What else do you need?
Yeah, and speaking of Hani, now he can reinitiate Trixie. Can he get his ultimate off? Not so far. He can actually get it off. Oh man, this is going to be a big turnaround. Era is dominating. Era is picking people left, right, and center. Hani as well. Era with a double, and they want to finish up BK as well. Blinks away. He's out of the fight for just another few seconds. Nah, you know what? There's going to be Nota coming in. He's going to be... Yeah, there's going to be way too much speed, and it's going to hit one Wisp. Now he can't Blink Dagger away, and it's going to be everyone just collapsing onto BK. He won't get away, can he? One more second. No, he can't fight the Blink Dagger. Oh man, so unfortunate. And that's a 4-for-0 exchange. It's not even an exchange. It's just a gift.
Yeah, that's really all it was. They tried to get a pick off there. Again, trying to get the pick off on the Venomancer, but you know, you talk about like net worth, and it's always when you look at the carries, you go, oh wow, look at those big impact items like Aghanim. So much changes when you have an Aghanim. So much changes when you pick up an Assault Cuirass, right? But like a Venomancer, you get a mech, you're like, oh, that's nice. You get a point booster, right? And you're like, oh, that's pretty good. But those items allowed him to survive through that Bat Rider disable, get off his mech, and then get off the Poison Nova, which won them the fight. Now he is going to be able to have that Aghanims in just another 1,000 gold. The next time we see him in a team fight, he'll have it. Relocate bottom. Mantis is silenced up. If they could just get an extra disable, some sort of stun, but Mantis gets away with the rage, and now teleports out. They're going to try and beat him down, but not enough. The armlet just gives him a little bit too much survivability. Wadafaka forced to teleport out as he was hit by the Venomous Gale, but it's really NextKZ just reacting on all sides. Centaur being burst down as the Wiz Tiny returns back to their original spot. And Centaur finally does go down. But yeah, what I was talking about earlier, man, NextKZ, they're surviving when they should be on the offensive.
The thing is, we saw Fnatic like Wisp gank bottom, mid lane, forcing a TP, top lane, another kill. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, they're all over the map, and this is the problem why you do not give Fnatic the Tiny Wisp combination. It's not about the Tiny, it's more about the Wisp being everywhere at once. And look at the Wisp, he's got a freaking Vladimir's offering, he's got 7 earned charges. This guy is a field medic if I ever saw one. So even though it's a Wisp, he can just do so much for Era. And look at Era just eating the tower. That's it.
Yeah, Fnatic realize how far ahead they are, and they're going to go uphill already. It's not necessary, but they're going to try for it anyway. Reeves getting a little bit low. Chain Frost is going to go out. Good face shift, but No Tail will fall at the end of the day. Mantis has to get out, though. Does not want to be taking that brutal Era damage. Now relocate in from the Wisp as he buys Era a little bit more attack speed for beating down these buildings. They want to be able to take the mid-racks. They used a buyback for it, and now that they've taken, they can just relocate out if they want to. No, Era is going to stick around. They're going to go for range racks as well. All of NextKZ are alive, but they're just giving away this mid-racks as they just see no way for them to be able to contest the full 5-man of Fnatic.
Jesus Christ. No-Tail actually bought back for this, and I'm not sure if this is really necessary, but they just want to keep on rolling. Like, they feel they've got such a big advantage right now that if No-Tail buys back, they can make stuff happen, and they really need the overcharge for the Tiny, not only because of the damage reduction, but also because of the attack speed. And I mean, Tiny's got good attack speed, he's got a freaking Hyperstone, but if you have the overcharge ready to go, it's just so ridiculous. 70 attack speed, that's just so much. Oh, is my game hanging? No, never mind. Yeah, still, like, they can just destroy the tier 2 in like 5 seconds.
It's such a huge difference when you actually have that overcharge, that maxed out overcharge going out. Era just beats down the towers within seconds. And I did actually like the buyback from No Tail. It actually, like, NextKZ couldn't force a fight. Because if they went forward like that, Era was still going to be able to take the racks And if necessary, they could hold on to that tether and relocate him out. And Fnatic probably would have gotten everybody or almost everybody out of that fight and still taken a Rax for free. But as it was, NextKZ, they just like rolled over, man. It feels like they've already kind of given up the game. Now trying to go in after the tier 2 is dead. Focusing on Trixie once again, but he's going to be able to get off that heal. No, doesn't get it. Is popped down. Now Era fighting up against is going to try and clear through some of these wards, focusing on Mantis. Everybody is slow from NextKZ, but they can't quite get close enough to lock down one person. Era has a stun in another second, being turned into a chicken, relocate onto the other side. And Mantis falls. Now going for the next one. Whatafaka able to force staff himself out of vision. Avalanche hits on 2, and Era cleans up 1, and then the other. Good little kill for Era, and now going to be able to focus on that tier 3 tower. They just got themselves such a big advantage. Buyback from the Shadow Shaman, but it's going to be a tier 3, maybe even falling. Era is so damn tanky. Who cares if they can disable him? Focusing him down, they're doing a lot of damage here, but No-Tail is keeping his partner alive. Keeping Era, keep on kicking. Reeves, he's going to fall next. Now Whatafaka's in a bad position. He's going to go down as well. Double kill goes to Era, and I'm thinking that's going to be it. No-Tail, he gets caught out by the Centaur. But let's be honest here, it's just a wisp. It means nothing, especially when you give a godlike spree to Era, who is still beating down this tier 3 tower. Can't quite go for the Rax just yet, but he can back up, take some map control, and let's go for Roshan in another 30 seconds. Oh, Era's going to try and pop Mantis. Rage is popped. Now, Armlet doing a little bit of work. Era still stays alive. He is a monster. You cannot finish him off. And now the slow from Trixie actually gets Era out of range. And now the toss in. Throws Fly into a position. He might have just killed Fly unnecessarily. Is Whatafaka gives him a smiley face. But who cares? Era stayed alive. That's all that important. Nothing of importance was lost, my friends.
Jesus Christ, how is Fnatic so good? Like, one thing at the tier 2, like, No-Tail didn't have a tether, and what he was waiting for was a Batrider initiation. So what we see from C9, like every freaking time they're gonna be picking up a Wisp, just these counter initiates with a Batrider. Just, you know, have your relocate ready to go, and do not relocate in the base, just relocate like back here or something, where someone is in a safe position and you can actually fight with them. So that was what No-Tail actually wanted to do there, but he didn't go for it because there was a Venomancer being lassoed up. And you know what? Usually the Venomancer should have survived this. And even though he didn't, which was it was a very close call to make if Trix actually survives it. And if he gets his ultimate off, this fight would have been won even harder. But he wanted to wait for it. So that was very smart from No-Tail. Perfect judgment. And because of it, he actually had the relocate ready to go and relocate like 1,000 units into the base and kill everyone right here. So that was just perfect play. And no another relocate.
Yep, they're going to go right into the middle of the base. Mantis is set up, and they're going to be able to pop No-Tail real quickly. They need to finish him off before the mech goes out. Mech buys him just a couple more seconds. They still need to finish him off, but the Poison Nova's doing a serious work, and No-Tail still alive. Gets relocated out, and Hani gets the quick little burst of damage from the Dagon onto the Batrider. Equal's going to fall as well as he's caught in the Dream Coil. Oh, well, maybe Trixie's going to fall here as BK as well as Mantis make a small stand, but it doesn't matter, man. Era is beyond godlike, and there it is, the call. GG from Whatafaka, but I gotta say, you cannot be sad if you're next KZ's position because they just secured themselves a really good position in this group stage because Fnatic were supposed to be the top-seeded team for this group. So being able to take one game off of a team like Fnatic is great for next KZ. Really, their other contender is going to be our next match, Power Rangers, who have been looking pretty damn solid for the last 6 months. A lot of people have been jumping on that bandwagon, the Power Rangers bandwagon, and talking about how good they've been doing. They've been Giant Slayers before. They're going to be the next series that we're going to see between Fnatic and Power Rangers. And if Power Rangers can manage to take a game off of Fnatic, or maybe even win both games, they will secure themselves a good slot in the group. But if they lose both, it could be next KZ who will take that second slot rather than Power Rangers. But we'll have to see, guys. We're going to take a quick little break. These games have been going long, so we should be ready for our next series right away. So it's going to be a short little commercial break. Music, commercials, all that jazz. We'll be back with Fnatic versus Power Rangers in 2-game series.